If you've been paying close attention to the crypto market since 2022, billions of dollars have been pumped into the market from institutions prepping for the ultimate approval of the spot Bitcoin ETF. And as the rotation gets ready to happen into the altcoin market, I have good news and I have bad news for you. The good news is that you're still early and we are not anywhere near the euphoria stage of the bull run yet as we get ready to pass the all-time high again for Bitcoin. But the bad news is that 99% of people will get absolutely wrecked and be used as exit liquidity. So in this video, I want to share with you how to become a part of the 1% that actually makes money, that survives this bull run and doesn't end up round tripping their bags all the way to the bottom, having to sell their entire portfolio to pay their rent. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 10 top altcoins that have massive potential that I'm buying for this entire bull run, but that doesn't mean that you should. In fact, don't buy, don't sell anything I talk about in this video. I'm not a financial advisor. You should always consult your financial advisor because crypto is very risky. These projects could go to zero and you can completely lose all of your money. So these videos are purely for education, informational purposes only. In full disclosure, yes, I do hold the projects in this video, obviously, but there's no guarantees of returns whatsoever. So if you've been researching the best crypto to buy now in 2024 for the rest of this bull run, and even over the next decade to turn $1,000 into $100,000, then you're going to love this video because there's been tons of projects that have already pulled a 50 to 100x this early in the bull run. And over the next few minutes, you're going to see some projects that I believe still have massive room to run. So if you're feeling bullish, comment 777. If you're feeling blessed, comment 777. If they're going to become the first millionaire in your family tree, confirm it by tapping the subscribe button. Let's run it. All right, bull runners, welcome back to the channel. So let's dive right in. Let's talk about these altcoins. Looking at the market right now with Bitcoin sitting just shy of $70,000. Now, the real thing that we need to look at is total 2 and total 3, which is the total altcoin market cap excluding Bitcoin. Total 3 is excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, so is every single other altcoin. And as you guys can see on the left-hand side of the screen, we're sitting at $662 billion for total 3. The all-time high was upwards of $1.1 trillion. So we're still off from the all-time high of about 70%. And so if you look at the right-hand side of the screen, we bring up the stochastic RSI and also the relative strength index to compare to where we were in the past after Bitcoin's halving. And as you guys can see right here, we see this very steep ascending support after COVID's recovery when all that money was being printed and put into the economy. Now on the left-hand side of the screen, you can also see a very steep ascending support, and we're at it right now. So if we can hold this support and push to the upside, it would be very similar to what happened back in October, November, December of 2020 for this breakout period. And this is what we're looking to see happen. Now, if this doesn't happen and Bitcoin breaks to the downside, then these altcoins are most likely, gonna not perform very well in the short term. But over the macro, when we're in doubt, we zoom out because global liquidity continues to rise. The Federal Reserve continues to print money. Eventually, they're going to have to pivot on their interest rates. And crypto is getting the green light from massive institutions with Ethereum ETF, Bitcoin spot ETFs, and ultimately other ETFs going into, the approval stages nearing 2025. And so we'll most likely see a lot of other ETF news pop out there. And crypto is the most exciting industry in the world right now. The biggest gains could be made in this market. And so, I haven't caught a tan and I don't know how long, so I haven't been outside that much because I've been paying attention to this to create generational wealth to help you guys make as much money as possible. So looking at the stochastic RSI, we're sitting below 20 right here. And we're seeing a bullish cross, taking place right now. And if we look back in October of 2020, when we were right at, 18 on the stochastic RSI, we saw this cross take place and we started trading back above 80 on this breakout from $100 billion, 158. We consolidated for a bit. Then we just blasted up past the all-time high. And we went all the way upwards of $1 trillion. And then we saw another correction to come back down almost to back test the previous high of January of 2018. So if we were to see something like that happen for the altcoin market, the next move is going to be one of the biggest moves back up to the all-time high of $1 trillion. And so we're going to see billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars flow into the altcoin market. And if we look at the RSI, the only differentiator I could see here is we got it really overextended on March when the altcoin market saw this massive rally up. And so the RSI got upwards of 89 or 90, whereas during this rally up in August of 2020, the RSI got to 78. So it's not going to be 100% accurate, but with this pullback right now, on the bottom of the screen, it's very similar to the pullback that took place in October during this consolidation period that lasted, from this breakout point, roughly about, 100 days. So for about 3 months, the altcoin market consolidated sideways before doing anything impactful. So where are we right now? Well, we're about 100 days. So 30, 60, 90, a little over 3 months. So we are right at a critical point right now as we intersect this ascending support. We're several months into this consolidation period. The stochastic RSI is all the way down here on the weekly chart in drastic oversold territory. The only thing is the RSI is sitting at 60, but we are in an uptrend right now. So we could stay above 50 for an extended period of time during the rest of this bull run, as we did during the previous bull run and the bull run before then. And when we compare to the stock market, the top 3 companies in the US stock market are each individually worth more than the entire crypto market. So Microsoft is at 3 trillion, Nvidia over 3 trillion, Apple 2.9 trillion. The whole crypto market right now, and when this picture was posted, right now it's at $2.5 trillion. So we are so early, it's not even funny. So a lot of these large cap projects still have that 50 to 100x potential. Now, they might not do that 50 to 100x, this bull run, but by 2030, a lot of the large cap projects are still going to make face melting gains. And then the medium to small caps could even do a 500 or 1000x if you find the right project. So the first project that I want to dive into in this video, we've been talking about consistently, is XRP. Now, I know a lot of people think XRP, 50 to 100x for XRP. Yes, absolutely. And the reason why, the number one reason for this project, guys, when you look at it right now, sitting at a $27 billion market cap, just compare that to some of the largest companies out there like Apple or Nvidia or Microsoft, sitting at $3 trillion. If XRP were to do 100x, that would put it only at a $2.7 trillion market cap. And with how much money has funneled into a company like Nvidia lately, I would not be surprised if XRP in the final stage of the bull run just completely melts everyone's faces in the last 1 to 3 months. Now, the main reasons why, a lot of people are going to call me crazy for this, but the smart people in the crypto market understand what I'm talking about. XRP is the chosen one, and this goes back multiple decades. This has been planned since the inception of Bitcoin. And so right here, I thought Ito Farina's been posting some amazing stuff on Twitter. Well, Ripple has partnered with Clear Junction, a global leader in cross-border payment solutions for regulated institutions, enabling instant and secure GBP and Euro payouts with more currencies to follow. So faster, more efficient transactions across the UK and European Union. But this goes much, much deeper than the surface level, central bank and massive financial institution partnerships that a lot of the skeptical people and keyboard warriors out there say mean nothing. This goes back several generations. When you look at the Fugger family, they minted their own circulating currency called ducats. The coin contained a phoenix, 3 oval shields within a circle, which is reminiscent of Ripple's triple lobed triskelion logo. And they also became known as the Fuggers of Lily, and their chosen arms of the flowering lily on a gold and blue background. Now, coincidentally, it matches Ripple's color, blue and gold. And back in 1988, The Economist put this cover out there saying, get ready for a world currency, which also contained a fleur-de-lis, and I'm pretty sure I'm mispronouncing that, but it's at the top of the phoenix that you can see right here. And the German family that controlled most of the European economy in the 16th century accumulated massive wealth at that time. Well, if you're wondering how this is all connected, well, in 2004, Ryan Fugger founded Ripple Pay, and he's a direct descendant of Jacob Fugger, the rich elevated to nobility of the Holy Roman Empire back in May of 1511. So this whole XRP bridging global liquidity is not a coincidence or even a conspiracy theory, but rather a meticulously orchestrated revolution spanning generations, crafted by a lineage of bankers in control of the financial system. And if you look right here, Ripple Labs, Ryan Fugger conceived Ripple in 2004 after working on a local exchange trading system in Vancouver. The intent was to create a monetary system that was decentralized and would effectively empower individuals and communities to create their own money. So Fugger built the first iteration of this system called RipplePay.com, and concurrently in May of 2011, a guy by the name of Jed McCaleb began developing a digital currency system in which transactions were verified by consensus among members of the network rather than by the mining process used by Bitcoin or beta test coin. So in August of 2012, Jed McCaleb hired Chris Larson, and they approached Ryan Fugger with their digital currency idea. And after the discussions, Fugger handed over the reins in September of 2012, where Chris Larson and Jed McCaleb co-founded the corporation OpenCoin. And OpenCoin began development of the Ripple protocol and the Ripple Payment Exchange Network. And then in 2013, OpenCoin eventually changed its name to Ripple Labs. Now here's where this gets really interesting. Jed McCaleb is also the co-founder and chief architect at Stellar's Development Foundation, which is responsible for creating Stellar's XLM. And he's also the founder of Vast, an aerospace startup that also partnered with SpaceX, but that's a completely different tangent. I'll get into another video. But he was the founder and CTO of Ripple until 2013. And if you look right here on the founder of The Economist, this was in 1988. It said, "Get ready for a world currency." On the front of this is Stellar XLM's logo. And even crazier, a guy by the name of David Schwartz, who used to work for the NSA, has a patent going back to 1988, the exact same year that The Economist came out with this right here with the Phoenix, with the fleur de lis at the top of the Phoenix. And this patent is basically a multi-level distributed computer system, essentially what was needed in the first stages for distributed ledger technology before Bitcoin or XRP was ever created. And then nearly a decade later, a document comes out called How to Make a Mint, the Cryptography of Anonymous Electronic Cash in 1996. So it's not a conspiracy theory. They've been planning this for decades. It just takes time to implement their plan. But David Schwartz is a whole nother conversation, that one of the geniuses behind Ripple, but Ryan Fugger, the original creator of Ripple Pay, descending from a long line of bankers, the Fugger family controlled much of the European economy in the 16th century and accumulated enormous wealth. Even Jacob Fugger was known as the richest man who ever lived, next to Andrew Carnegie. And from the 13th to the 16th centuries, the merchant banks of the Fugger family had branches located all throughout Europe to finance foreign trade. And today, the Fugger families have branches located throughout Europe. They also control multinational banks, including the Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation, HSBC, which we've been seeing in the news periodically for Ripple and XRP. And so because the coat of arms of the Fugger family is the fleur de lis that happens to be the top of the crown of the Phoenix in the Economist magazine cover from 1988, the same year that David Schwartz of Ripple got his patent, call me a conspiracy theorist all you want, but I think it'd be stupid not to include XRP in the list. So I literally don't care at all what the price action shows right now, because we're just in a macro symmetrical triangle. The stochastic RSI all the way is down here below 20. The last times that we've been at these levels during a bull market, the risk to reward ratio was drastically in favor of massive reward. And so in terms of holding XRP versus holding cash, I don't care whether XRP goes up this year, next year, 2026, 2027, or even by 2030. If it takes another 6 years to perform well, it's still outperforming cash. That's what a lot of people don't understand, is I'm not holding XRP expecting a 50 to 100x this bull run, but I do believe that's possible within the next decade. Now, if you want faster gains in projects that are more than likely going to outperform XRP in the short term this bull run, then keep watching this video. But XRP is one of those projects that I'm just treating like a 401k that I'm pretty much going to retire on over the next 40 to 50 years, because when you compare it to companies like Amazon or Microsoft back in the early 2000s, that's what Ripple is today. Now, Stellar's XLM is on the list, along with the other ISO projects like XDC, HBAR, but for this video, we're going to narrow it down to the leaders of the sector that are most likely to perform the best. And I think XRP will be one of those best performing large cap projects later in the bull run. So keep it on your watch list, guys. For the price target for XRP this bull run, I think anywhere between $5 to $30 is possible. And then by 2030, I don't see why XRP wouldn't be at a $50 or $100 price, having a multi-trillion-dollar market cap, at least $1 trillion, which I could be wrong about, but XRP is just building up pressure from 28 cents, and it's currently sitting at 50 cents. Yes, it's been underperforming the rest of the market, but for those that are thinking short term, there are other projects we get gains in, and then we rotate that into large cap projects. And the next narrative in the space that we need to talk about is real world assets, because Larry Fink has been going live on national TV, not just once, not just twice, but multiple times, to say that tokenization is the ultimate end goal for their ETF moves.
So we're looking at Bitcoin, we're looking at ETFs in the same manner. These are technological changes that can allow us to move forward.
Do you now expect other cryptocurrency ETFs? Meaning, do you think that Gary, and we'll talk to him later, Gary
like Ethereum
will have to approve an Ethereum ETF? And is that a function of something the SEC has to do, or do you think that all these things have to go to court first?
I couldn't respond to that. I see value in having an Ethereum ETF. As I said, these are just stepping stones towards tokenization. The moment you buy or sell an instrument, it is known. It's on a general ledger that is all created together. You want to talk about issues around money laundering and all that. This eliminates all corruption by having a tokenized system.
Jamie Dimon disagrees with you on that, but, or at least to some degree.
So he's most likely going to be dialing in on that narrative over the next couple years before we get to the euphoria stage for that blow off top. So tokenization on a general ledger, and it's all stepping stones. You know, you just don't jump to the top of the staircase. You go one step at a time. And so one project to keep on your watch list, and the next one is Ondo. Now, a lot of people are talking about Chainlink. I think Chainlink will perform well. I do hold Chainlink in my portfolio, but I do think Ondo is a lot more undervalued than Chainlink. And if we look at the chart in terms of all, it's sitting at a $1.6 billion market cap at $1.22. It's in a healthy uptrend right now. It's on the Ethereum blockchain, listed on Coinbase, Bybit, Uniswap, Kraken, Gate.io, a lot of different centralized exchanges. And so the Ondo Foundation's mission is to usher in a new era of financial inclusivity and market efficiency through on-chain institutional grade financial products and services. And so they're calling themselves the market leader in the tokenization of real-world assets, where institutions can lend and borrow stablecoins against tokenized US treasuries. So when we look on their website, the Ondo ecosystem is supported by a diverse range of institutional and crypto native partners and service providers such as BlackRock, Morgan Stanley, Polygon, Coinbase, Injective, Yearn Finance, among many others. And they're going to continue to get listed on more centralized exchanges. June 7th, just a few days ago, Bitstamp listed Ondo. And so the three main selling points for what makes Ondo stand out is their institutional focus and their partnership with major financial players like BlackRock, PIMCO offering access to their expertise in high-quality asset management, tokenized funds. Ondo allows investors to buy fractionalized shares of tokenized funds, making institutional grade investments more accessible, which is hundreds of billions of dollars that will be flowing on chain, and other innovations where they're constantly exploring new financial products and solutions like the Flux protocol for on-chain lending and borrowing. Now, there are some risks to consider as well too, such as market volatility, and I'll get into that a little bit on the chart and show you what we're looking for, and also the regulatory landscape where DeFi regulations are still evolving and changes could impact Ondo's operations with new regulatory bills that are coming in the market. But when we look at the chart right here in terms of price volatility, we're in a healthy uptrend right now. So if we were to draw a trend line connecting the dots from the lows, we see a series of higher lows and also a series of higher highs as we are in this bullish channel right here. Now looking at the stochastic RSI, we're all the way down below 20. When the last time we were at these levels was back in March of 2024 before Ondo had a massive breakout from 40 cents upwards of $1. Then right here during this corrective period, it bounced from 76 cents upwards of $1. Then ultimately corrected back down to 73 cents, hovered here for a while, bounced off this ascending support, formed a new high, got rejected from almost $1.50, and now it's trading to the downside right here. So what I would expect to happen next for Ondo, if we bring up the RSI and the MACD as well too, because we just saw a bearish cross on the MACD on the daily, where the MACD line in blue crossed below the signal line in orange, well above the zero line, I would expect us to do something similar to what happened from March 26th until May 15th for us to consolidate for an extended period of time, even coming down to this ascending support another time. Simultaneously, the RSI right here is at 52. And so I would expect the RSI to come down further, closer to 41, potentially even 30. You know, for the best entry position, we want to look for the RSI down near 30 or even below 30 in drastic oversold conditions. And I want to see the MACD line come down even further along with the signal line. Potentially, I want to see it even below the zero line, and I want to see a bullish cross along with the price bouncing off this ascending support for the next leg up for Ondo. Now, another major selling point for this project is that it's its first bull run. So the only price action we can see is from January of this year on Coinbase when it got listed. So it's only been in an uptrend, and it's going to continue to be in an uptrend as long as Bitcoin stays in an uptrend and passes an all-time high. So in terms of where Ondo could go this bull run, I could see this project at a 30 or even a $50 billion market cap. And then by 2030, I don't see why this project couldn't be at a $100 billion market cap with over $13 trillion expected to flow into the real world asset space over the next 6 years. So don't buy, don't sell any of these altcoins. Again, just add them to your watch list by going to coinmarketcap.com or CoinGecko and clicking this little star icon after you create your free account. That way you can keep up to date with the price action and any updates. Now, the next altcoin on the list is another real world asset project, and that is TokenFi. And TokenFi is sitting at 12 cents in another healthy uptrend. And the market cap of this project is a mid cap. It's almost a micro cap. It's $125 million market cap. It's on the Binance Smart Chain, and it's also on the Ethereum blockchain listed on PancakeSwap, Uniswap, Bybit, Gate.io, KuCoin, Mexi, and other centralized exchanges. Now, the reason why TokenFi is on the list is because not only is it in the real world asset space, but their CertiK audit ranked in the top 10 percentile. They're number 282. They got an 85 out of 100. And also, if we look up Ondo as well too, Ondo got an 87 out of 100. Now, what makes TokenFi unique is the team behind them is the same team behind Floki. Floki got a 91 out of 100, is one of the top meme coins in the space. So the better that Floki does as meme coins take off, the better that TokenFi will do. And they're saying that the standard tokenization process can be painfully slow, extremely expensive for the average user, not just institutional grade. So while Ondo is handling institutional grade, BlackRock and other big companies, TokenFi is targeting a smaller market, giving users all they need to create a token or a tokenized real-world asset in a simple all-in-one platform without writing a single line of code. And they're saying the tokenization of real-world asset market is projected to be over 16 trillion. I thought it was like 13 trillion, but by 2030, that's a lot of money to flow into this space. And they're going to do that through their different forms of utility. Number one would be their TokenFi token launcher, where you can launch your own ERC20, BEP20 compliant token like Floki, for example, without touching a line of code. They're going to have generative AI for NFTs, TokenFi Connect, allowing users to directly and seamlessly connect with other key players in the space, such as institutions, market makers, exchanges, funds, and influencers and thought leaders for early access to deeper liquidity and reach for your tokens. They're going to have the quick launch bot, which will allow quick and instantaneous token deployment through Telegram and Discord, which is going to allow them to capitalize on Telegram's massive base of 800 million users and Discord's user base of 196 million users. They're also going to have a referral program to incentivize sharing, where users can earn fees when they refer people. And if they use the protocol, they're going to allocate 5% of the TokenFi token supply towards a user incentive program aimed at boosting adoption. So I think this is awesome because every great product or company has some form of a referral plan. I mean, that's what made Amazon Associates grow. They're going to have their AI smart contract auditor, their TokenFi launchpad. Along with all that, they're constantly getting featured on many exchanges' blogs and in the media. Bitfinex token of the week is TokenFi, and they're pioneering the all-in-one tokenization space aimed at simplifying the creation of tokenizing assets. That's their main tagline right there. So their team is just on the ball, constantly posting every single day over here on Twitter. And when you guys do some research and you look into the utility behind Floki in terms of all the top 10 meme coins, the only comparable project to Floki is like Shiba Inu. And you guys saw what Shiba Inu did last bull run in terms of market cap. Currently, right now, Floki's market cap is at $2.5 billion. And look at what's happened since February 2024 in terms of market cap. This project is absolutely crushing it. It was only at a 400 million. Now it's at 2.5 billion. So what do you guys think is going to happen during the euphoria stage and the blow off top of this bull run? There's going to be tens of billions of dollars flowing into the top meme coins by market capitalization. And when people realize where the real money is in long term, it's in projects that have utility within the real world asset space. They're going to look at TokenFi. And with TokenFi sitting at only $125 million market cap, I still think it has that 50 to 100x potential. Now, if we look at the price chart right here, we can see that TokenFi is still in a healthy uptrend. We are experiencing a correction right now. The all-time high was like 24 cents. And so if we were to draw this, it's a macro symmetrical triangle. Now, if Bitcoin stays bullish, what happens in a symmetrical triangle like this is we see the price coil up, and then the next break depends on what happens with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin breaks to the upside, and we see TokenFi break in a potential back test. How we measure the next move is we take the trend line, we take it from the all-time high, and we just draw straight down to the ascending support. And if TokenFi breaks to the upside, once it breaks this descending resistance, we basically drag this line to the breakout point, and we take the horizontal ray, we mark it at the top, and that would essentially give us the next target before the next consolidation period takes place for a project like this. But in the long term, that's just a micro start for what's possible for this project when hundreds of billions of dollars flow into real-world asset projects as more ETFs start to pop out in 2025 and even Q4 of this year. So when we look at the stochastic RSI, we're down below 20, which is a good sign. We want to see a bullish cross where the K line crosses above the D line in orange. In terms of the RSI, we're at 47, so we're neither oversold or overbought right now. We're right in the middle. Looking at the MACD, we just saw a bearish cross take place where the MACD line crossed below the signal line. So that would tell me that we have further to the downside to go, and I believe we could come back down to this ascending support, bounce off of it as we coil up even more in the symmetrical triangle before the next major breakout for TokenFi. So if we see that happen, the RSI gets closer to 30, then consider adding TokenFi to your watch list. Just go to coinmarketcap.com, click the star right here, because I think this project has a lot of room to run the rest of this bull run. All right, the next altcoin on the list is Aerodrome Finance, AERO. It's sitting at 92 cents. with an all-time high upwards of $2.28. It's on the base chain, listed on Coinbase, Uniswap, Gate.io, KuCoin, Crypto.com, and some other centralized exchanges. Now, the reason why this project is on the list is because it's the central trading and liquidity marketplace on the base chain. If you go to DeFiLlama.com and you look at the total value locked across all these blockchains, it's $105 billion. And if we click on the base chain, which is Coinbase's layer 3 built on the Optimism stack, it's at $1.7 billion. And this is going to climb drastically throughout the rest of this bull run. In fact, if we look at the Binance Smart Chain, if you guys remember on-ramping and off-ramping, well, if you were going through Binance, a lot of people went over to PancakeSwap to trade a lot of these meme coins, or they went to Uniswap on the Ethereum blockchain. Now people are going directly to the base chain for this meme coin bull run. And so when we look at Binance Smart Chain, not many people are talking about Binance Smart Chain. That's why it's undervalued right now compared to the past high in terms of total value locked. But if we look at the total value locked, May 3rd of 2021 on the Binance Smart Chain, it was $20 billion. So in order for the base chain to get to $20 billion, that'd be a 10x from where we are right now. And with more liquidity flowing into the market and Coinbase on-ramping millions of users over the next 1 to 2 years, Coinbase is going to make it incredibly easy for normies to be able to get into the crypto space and buy meme coins on the base chain. And so Aerodrome is the central trading and liquidity marketplace on Base. They're saying they're a next generation automated market maker designed to serve as Base's central liquidity hub, combining a powerful liquidity incentive engine, vote lock governance model, and friendly user experience. Now, for those of you out there that aren't really blockchain savvy, it can get pretty complicated with how it works, but essentially the traders swap tokens with minimal slippage and they pay some of the lowest fees to Aero lockers. Then there's liquidity providers that deposit tokens used for trading on Aerodrome and receive Aero emissions as rewards. For protocols, it offers incentives to VE Aero voters to attract votes, Aero emissions to their pools, allowing them to build liquidity at a low cost. And then the voters can vote on which pools to earn Aero emissions and receive 100% of incentives and fees for the pools they vote for. Any Aero holder can lock their tokens to convert to V-Aero. In terms of total value locked, there's over $600 million and growing. Monthly trading volume, $567 million. $17 million in monthly fees. Over 172,000 monthly users. And on their Twitter, they're saying Aerodrome is the jet engine of Base, and the Base ecosystem has grown tremendously in 8 short months, and Aerodrome is at the center. And so unlike the Binance Smart Chain that has the BNB token, Coinbase hasn't announced, and they said they have no plans of launching a Base token. So Aerodrome is pretty much the main token right now, other than, the meme coin Brett. But Aerodrome combines the best of Curve, Convex, and Uniswap into a single streamlined protocol uniquely designed to serve as the primary trading and liquidity hub of the Base ecosystem. So a lot of this stuff is over my head here because I'm not a developer, but in terms of total value locked, total monthly users, total monthly amount in fees, and their vision of the future to become the top liquidity and volume hub on Base, they're currently executing that at a very high level right now. And when we look at the chart, we're experiencing a pullback right now. We can see this descending resistance, the zone of support that we're watching roughly at 85 cents. If this breaks, the next stop is down around 60 cents. Looking at the relative strength index, we're at 32 right now. The stochastic RSI is well below 20 right here. And the MACD formed a bearish cross below the 0 line. So what we want to see is the MACD line extend a little bit further to the downside alongside the signal line. Then we want to see a bullish cross below the 0 line somewhere around here where the MACD line flips above the signal line. We go back into positive territory. The stochastic RSI, comes back up. The K line crosses above the D line in orange, and we trend back above, 50, then eventually above 80, and the RSI to bottom out and trade back to the upside. And so whether that's at this level, we break this descending resistance, or we drop down further, I would expect there to be a bounce for Aerodrome at some point in the future. And the zone of resistance to watch for is this previous range that was resistance back on the 26th of March, and also acted as support, back here from the 12th of April until the 19th of April before we saw this downtrend take place. And so once we break this descending resistance and we break above $1.28, which would be the short-term resistance, the next stop to watch for a consolidation is this range right here. And if Bitcoin is just breaking out and absolutely crushing it, we might not see that big of a back test from this resistance level. We might just continue to the upside for Aerodrome. So in terms of market cap, where we're at right now, Aerodrome is at $450 million. If the Base ecosystem gets to 20 billion or 30 or 40 or 50 billion in terms of total value locked, well, right now they have 1.76 in total value locked. So currently Aerodrome's market cap is 25% of the total value locked. So let's just say the base ecosystem gets to $20 billion in total value locked, well, that would put Aerodrome's market cap at just $5 billion. Now imagine if the total value locked on the base chain increases even more than that over the next few years. I think a lot of that liquidity will be in Aerodrome Finance. So what we're seeing happening here, because this is its first bull run, is the first Elliott wave. So this was wave number 1. We're forming corrective wave number 2 right now. So let's say we come back down to like 50 or 60 cents for wave number 2. Wave 3 will be the most impulsive wave, and it wouldn't be out of the ordinary to see this project go upwards of a 1.618 to 2.618, potentially 3.6 or 4.236 full extension on wave number 3. Anything's possible up here if we dip down in the short term to 60 cents on the fib retracement tool. So a 1.618 would be like $3.38. 2.618 would be $5.26. And so let's say we do a 2.618, then we come back down for wave number 4, down to like $3.30. Then we do a full extension. That'd be around $8. But usually for projects like this that are the main narrative leaders that are facilitating something like liquidity on one of the fastest growing, most popular chains in the world for this bull run, and it's essentially the top project for that, then it wouldn't be out of the ordinary to see wave number 5 well above a full extension, upwards of $9, $10, $15, somewhere around there. I've seen it happen plenty of times. So I think this project definitely has that 10 to even 50x potential. Now, as the base ecosystem continues to grow in terms of total value lock, the next project we want to watch is Brett. Now, Brett has absolutely been crushing it. And sure, we could see a correction in the short term. So you just want to add this project to your watch list because it's at a $1.6 billion market cap. So these are a little bit larger market cap projects. I have some small cap ones to talk about towards the end of this video. But the main goal here is to not lose money as well too, because when we get into the small market cap stuff that have that, 100x, 500x, or even 1000x potential, they get incredibly more risky. And so when we look at a project like Brett sitting at $1.6 billion market cap, it is the largest meme coin on the base ecosystem, and Coinbase has been going absolutely crazy marketing their new smart wallet for on-chain summer. And you can see Jesse Pollock make this post saying we are making smart wallets the default on Base as the weekly active smart accounts continue to grow by the thousands. Stablecoin payments are growing rapidly on Base. Base is now the #1 most used network on both Uniswap and Aave, and it's still only day 1. That was posted June 8th. And you can even bulk buy tokens in one transaction with your Coinbase balance. So it's a great example of the next gen smart wallets will enable. And this is just the early prototype. And so you see that they have Brett as the #1 right here on the list alongside some other meme coins where you can just simply add it to cart, and decide how much you want to purchase, which is insane. So it's like Amazon where people just load up their carts with their favorite tokens and just back up the truck and just fill it up with as much as possible. And so Jesse Pollock just keeps blasting the term on-chain summer. So this summer is looking incredibly bullish for the base chain, and this is how billions will come on-chain. And in their marketing video right here, you can see where it says send over 100 tokens on Base via text. Brett was the main example that they used in the video. So like horses in the Kentucky Derby, you want to bet on the horse that is going to win the race. And so although Brett does have a market cap of $1.6 billion, I think this project could do 10, 20, or even 30x from where it is right now. And so what smart people do is they place their money on the winners until it's run its due course and it's upwards of $10 billion, $20 billion. And then they start rotating into the lower market cap stuff a little bit later in the bull run. So in the early stage of the bull run, the smartest move is to have your portfolio diversified amongst the winners that are the large cap and the mid cap projects, and then only be messing around with like 10% or 20% of your portfolio in the small cap stuff that are derivatives of the large cap plays where the money rotates to next. And so in order to understand where the money will rotate to next, we need to go to Brett's Twitter. And I've done this in a few videos to show you guys this, but this is what the vast majority of investors on the base chain are going to do. How it all started for Brett and the Boys Club. Well, it started with Pepe, and that's why Pepe has a $5 billion market cap right now. We're not talking about, little tiny money here. We're talking about massive institutions, massive whales, massive exchanges pumping $5 billion into Pepe, and now Brett has a $1.8 billion. Now look at the other characters that you can see in this video. We got Andy right here, and we have Landwolf. So those are some other plays on today's list, but one of the other plays that I want to talk about is Trump on Base. Now, Trump is currently on Ethereum. Trump is on Binance Smart Chain. It's on Solana. It's also on Base. So MAGA, M-A-G-A, or Trump, it has a $600 million market cap. It's in a healthy uptrend right now. The all-time high for this project was $17. It's currently sitting at $13. But this project is the #1 project for Donald Trump. Now, love him or hate him, you can make money off of him. So while he's, facing what he's facing right now with, all those felonies and stuff, the election is still coming up. So this is a massive play leading into election. And if he somehow pulls it off and he gets in the office, this token is going to absolutely crush it, in my opinion. Now, it could completely go to zero, but we have June, July, August, September. So 4 or 5 months until election. So that gives this project plenty of room to run. And if you look right here where it says MAGA meme coin, make crypto great again on Ethereum Solana base, if we copy the base contract address and we paste it right here on dextools.io, you can see the first one right here with roughly 384K in liquidity. Look at the market cap of this right here. It's at $3.47 million. And so if I were to pull this up right here and look at where this launched on the 20th of March on the base chain. So they're preparing for on-chain summer. They're preparing for billions of dollars in liquidity to flow into the base chain. And so while this is paired to, Ethereum, it's paired to the Solana and the BNB version, this is going to be one of those main meme coins this bull run that runs into the billions of dollars in market cap. Now, like I say, I could be wrong. That's no guarantee, but it's just common sense as we get closer to election. More attention is going to be on Politify. You have all these narratives that become hot in the crypto space in certain periods of time. And obviously, politics is going to be the most talked about thing in mainstream media and in crypto. And what did Donald Trump just recently say?
But today, our country has lost its boldness. Under my leadership, we will get it back in a very big way. If you look at just 3 years ago, what we were doing was unthinkable. How good it was, how great it was for our country. Our objective will be a quantum leap in the American standard of living. Quantum leap in the American standard of living. That's what will happen. I will ensure that the future of crypto and the future of Bitcoin will be made in the USA, not driven overseas. I will support the right to self-custody to the nation's 50 million crypto holders. I say this with your vote. I will keep Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from your Bitcoin. And I will never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency.
And so the MAGA meme coin has unlimited marketing material because it can either share memes of Donald Trump or it can share videos of what is happening in the media for Donald Trump, and they basically just repost it or tag the Trump ticker for people that are looking for a Trump token in the crypto space. And they're donating money to homeless veteran support and child trafficking prevention. They just posted that this is their 43rd consecutive week of making donations, now totaling 476 Ethereum. So that's $1.3 million. And so on June 4th, this was posted saying Donald Trump is leading the polls against Biden. Now, whoever you support, it's very clear that crypto wants Trump. And not only that, but America wants Trump. It couldn't be any clearer. So the more that they try to suppress him, the more that they try and indict him with stuff, he only becomes more popular in the polls. So even though Trump is breaking out right now, I still feel it has a lot further to go, considering it's still sitting under a $1 billion market cap. Look at what Shiba Inu did last bull run. Look at what Dogecoin did. It ran to a $90 billion market cap, guys. So it's not impossible for this project to get to 10 billion, 20 billion, $30 billion market cap, considering it's on Ethereum blockchain, it's on Binance Smart Chain, it's on Solana, it's on the Base ecosystem. The amount of liquidity on all of those chains combined is unreal. Now, in terms of liquidity on these blockchains, another sector of crypto that a lot of people are talking about early on in this bull run, and it shifted over to meme coins, but it's in blockchain gaming. The market size is valued at over $3 billion back in 2023, and is projected to grow between 65 to 90 billion by 2030, according to crypto.com, with key drivers including more investment and funding in different blockchain games, adoption of NFTs, and innovative business models. So while people think, the NFT market or the play to earn gaming market is dead right now, it's going to make a resurgence in the later stage of this bull run. And if we go to DeFiLlama.com, one blockchain that not a lot of people are talking about right now, because in terms of value, it's down right now, but that's Polygon and that's Matic. Now, on the Matic network, we can see in terms of total value lock last bull run, it reached nearly $10 billion, and it's at 900 million right now. So to even just go back to the all-time high, that's a 10x. And with more liquidity coming into the play-to-earn gaming cycle, projected to reach 65 to 90 billion by 2030, that's a minimum of a 20x in terms of billions of dollars of growth over the next 6 years. Now, the reason why projects would choose something like Polygon over Ethereum is it's a layer 2 scaling solution designed to enhance Ethereum's performance by offering faster and cheaper transactions, and by utilizing a modified version of the Plasma framework and a proof-of-stake consensus mechanism. Polygon significantly improves transaction throughput while maintaining robust security. And so it allows still for seamless interaction with Ethereum's main chain, providing scalability without compromising decentralization. They also provide support for multiple sidechains, which can handle thousands of transactions per second, reducing costs and congestion on the Ethereum network. Additionally, Polygon ensures high security through its proof-of-stake mechanism, and its sidechains are compatible with Ethereum's tooling, which simplifies the development process for decentralized applications and gaming developers. So it makes the Polygon network a more attractive platform for creating diverse and complex decentralized apps. Whether it's a DeFi project, NFTs, blockchain applications, or a crypto gaming project, a lot of projects are choosing to launch on Polygon rather than, Solana or Ethereum. And one project that just launched on the Polygon network is Landrocker. It's sitting at 0.0065. Its market cap is only $3.9 million. It's experiencing a pullback right now from the all-time high of around a penny. And it's listed on Uniswap and MEXC right now. If we look at vidIQ, which shows the popularity of different keywords for YouTube, crypto YouTube, we can see crypto games has a 64 out of 100 overall score with low competition. We can see play to earn games gets a 76 or 75 out of 100. We can see play to earn is a 75 out of 100. And then people are looking at small cap crypto gaming projects for this entire bull run. And that's why the keyword score is very, very high, because this makes for great content for creators, which also drives the overall growth of this industry because they can do reviews on blockchain gaming projects. And so in the later stages of this bull run, when play to earn gaming increases, I would expect this project to get a lot of attention. Their token is LRT. And the reason why this has massive room to run is because they launched at a $1.5 million initial market cap. They're doing a massive giveaway of over 20 million LRT tokens plus $5,000 in USDT in their prize pool. And if you have a PC, you can download the game and you can play it right now. And it's coming soon on Android, iOS, and Mac. But if you have a Mac, you can watch the live stream right here and you can see some of the gameplay. Basically, you fight to liberate these planets. You shoot aliens, you basically clear the planets, and then you're able to mine the planets with these rovers looking for different rewards like, cryptocurrencies or, different NFTs, in-game items, and all that good stuff. And so if you ever played like Minecraft or all that type of stuff, for me personally, I don't play too much video games. I did a lot when I was in, high school and stuff. So for the people out there that are a little bit younger of an audience, I can see them gravitating towards the game. And then in terms of the business model for the older demographic that are more investors in the space through their marketplace, you can see the play to earn, play to liberate, and play to win model, where the play to earn, they get fuel rovers, they mine the planets, and they're basically earning different token rewards. The play to liberate, they get weapons and different gear to liberate the planets by shooting the aliens to earn LRT. And then the play to win users are basically competing against each other for fuel with their rovers to mine for LRT and other rewards as well too. And then there's the investors who aren't necessarily interested in, playing the game because you're looking for projects to invest in. Well, then those people are more interested in the price action on the chart. So if we look at Landrocker or LRT on DexTools sitting at a $4 million market cap right now, you can see that we broke below this ascending support right here as we experience a pullback from the recent rally up. Now, there's this zone of support that we're looking at between 0.0054 and roughly 0.0057. And so also on the RSI, we're sitting at 34. So if the price continues to pull back with this recent dip that's happening, like right while I'm making this video, I think Bitcoin just dipped down to like $66,000. So a lot of these projects will take a dip as well too. And that's why we're experiencing and we're seeing these pullbacks. We want to watch for zones of support to hold and then for potential reversals to take place. And so I would expect the RSI to come down in this zone below 30 to look for a possible entry point into Landrocker. Now also on the MACD, we can see the MACD line below the signal line, below the zero line. So what I would want to see happen is the MACD line cross above the signal line in orange to see a bullish cross, and then for us to start trading in positive territory going back into bullish momentum after we see a bounce off of this critical support. So this is what I would want to see. And I would also want to see Bitcoin breaching above, 70K again, then 72, then eventually 75, going back into price discovery in order for the play to earn gaming sector to surge. Because the only concern right now in terms of total 3, which is the crypto total market cap excluding Bitcoin, is we did see a bearish cross on the MACD. So if we're comparing to the past, sure, we need to hold this ascending support and break to the upside. But if we see a break below this ascending support, we need this to be a liquidity flush and then a continuation to the upside to be a trap for the bears that would be coming into the market to liquidate them out of their positions. Otherwise, if we see total 3 close below this ascending support and we see a much deeper consolidation for the altcoin market, then it's going to take a longer period of time for low cap projects like Landrocker and the other ones on this list towards the end of this video to break out. But at a $3.9 million market cap, in terms of risk to reward ratio for what's about to happen for the play to earn gaming space, I think this project is just getting started. Now, another meme coin on the base chain we want to talk about is Toshi. And Toshi's sitting at $182 million market cap with an all-time high of $278 million. So this is a mid-cap project. It's listed on Uniswap, BingX, Bitmart, XT.com, CoinX, and not many centralized exchanges. So if this gets listed on, Coinbase, or gets listed on Binance, or gets listed on, KuCoin or crypto.com, this project's going to absolutely fly. Now, the dog narratives have absolutely ruled crypto with, Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, then you have Floki, then you have the other dog coins, whereas cat narratives have taken off recently. And with Roaring Kitty, having the GME short squeeze is bringing more attention to cats on chain. And people are even predicting that the cats are going to overtake dogs. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen, but globally, I actually think cats are more popular than dogs, which is actually pretty shocking. But Toshi is the face of Brian Armstrong, who is the CEO of Coinbase's cat, named after Satoshi Nakamoto. And so it's the #1 cat on the base chain. And their community is absolutely insane. Look at this post. It was 7 hours ago. 1,800 likes, 1,800 retweets, 2.4 thousand comments. And so anytime Jesse Pullock does spaces and does PowerPoints and does presentations, Toshi is going to be in the topic of conversation for sure. So if we go to the website, I think it's really creative, really unique. They say, welcome to Toshi Town. They have Toshi tools to help guide you on your journey to build on Base. All tools are open source and permissionless. They have a multi-sender for your large-scale transaction needs. This allows developers to conduct extensive airdrops, migrations, or pre-sales with exceptional efficiency. It's designed to handle hundreds or even thousands of addresses in one go and ensures that your transactions are not just broad-reaching, but also carried out with precision and ease. They have a token locker for developers to vest or lock team tokens, providing a transparent schedule for token entry into the market, aligning with strategic project milestones. They also have a liquidity locker to ensure that liquidity is locked, which further increases credibility of any project, preventing sudden withdrawals. They have a Toshi swap coming soon, revolutionizing the trading of tax tokens by directly applying taxes on buys. Token launcher coming soon, and even their Toshi launchpad. So with all of this utility coming soon, when they finally drop these one by one, that adds even more excitement into the growth of this project during the later stages of this bull run. Now, if we look at the price chart right here, we can see a series of higher lows, and Toshi's currently struggling to make a higher high right now, forming another symmetrical triangle. So unless we see another massive breakout to the upside, this project could get rejected and trade back down to the ascending support right here. The RSI is sitting at 54 right in the middle, whereas the stochastic RSI is above 80 right here. In the MACD, we can see the MACD line in blue currently above the signal line, trending in positive territory. So what I would expect to happen is for a little push up a little bit higher, and then potentially a bearish cross in the short term for the MACD line to cross below the signal line to do something like this, and for us to form a lower high on the MACD, the stochastic RSI to turn around and start trading to the downside, and then for this push to potentially push the RSI upwards of 70 or 80 and then trade to the downside as well too. And so I currently don't hold any Toshi. I just think it's going to be performing well this bull run. So for me to consider, backing up the truck for this project, I would want to be watching anywhere between these levels right here where the resistance was on the 5th of March going all the way back to the 13th of December where it struggled to break. This would act as a very strong zone of support to come back into, to then bounce from this level and eventually break this descending resistance right here. So watch for a potential double bottom if we do trade to the downside, because then where we're at right now would roughly act as resistance. We break out, we come back down, back test this resistance as support, and then we continue the bullish momentum to the upside with Bitcoin as the rest of the market breaks out to the upside. Now, the next project on the list is another one of the Boys Club members that I've talked about in previous videos. It's Andy. It's sitting at 4 cents right now at only a $40 million market cap. Now, 100% is in circulation. It's on the base chain where it's listed right now. It's only listed on Uniswap and SushiSwap and then OpenOcean. And so if they get listed on other exchanges, which there's virtually none right now, then hundreds of millions of dollars could fly into this project, considering it's the next one after Brett, right? It goes Pepe with a $5 billion market cap. Then you got Brett with a 1.7 or 1.8 billion. Then you have Andy at only a $40 million market cap. Now, sure, there's other Andys on other chains, but it's fitting that with Base being one of the most popular chains with total value locked flying, that Andy on Base would be the number one Andy in the whole crypto space right now. So the reason why Andy on Ethereum currently has a $220 million market cap, whereas the Andy on Base only has a $40 million market cap, is because the Andy on Ethereum launched first and people just haven't figured out to get on the Base chain yet. And so once Base makes it really easy, Coinbase makes it really easy with their smart wallet and they list Andy, well then I think Andy on Base will eventually pass Andy on ETH. And the fact that this has a $220 million market cap right now, that makes Andy on Base that much more attractive at under a 40 million. It's at 38 million right now. I think it's bouncing right around $40 million. So we're in this rising wedge right now. And if we get rejected from where we are at 40 million, the stop to the downside would be at roughly right around 0.018, almost 2 cents right here at this ascending support to bounce from. As we are at 68 right now on the RSI, we were at 77. We did see a bearish cross on the stochastic RSI at that same period. So we're currently trending down. What we want to see happen, as long as the price trends down, is the stochastic RSI comes down closer to 20 or even below 20. Then we see a bullish cross back to the upside and we continue the momentum in this uptrend, forming higher lows and higher highs. Now we are well above the zero line on the MACD, and the MACD line in blue looks like it's turning over right now as it gets closer to intersect the signal line. So if we see a bearish cross like this and we see the orange signal line turn around, the MACD line in blue turn around, this bearish cross would signal that we would come down further to the downside over the next 1 to 2 weeks. So if you're looking for the best possible time to add Andy on Base to your watch list, then now would be the time as we watch this over the next 1 to 2 weeks to see where this project goes. Now, as you guys know, meme coins right now move based off of community, marketing, culture, and derivatives of what's currently popular. So the Boys Club is what's popular. Andy is a member in the Boys Club, so it's a derivative, similar to how like Shiba Inu was a derivative of Dogecoin, then Floki was a derivative of Shiba Inu. That's what Andy is to Brett and Pepe. Now, of course, I couldn't leave Landwolf off the list on Base as well too. There's multiple Landwolfs on other chains, but Landwolf on Base is at a $6 million market cap. And look at this chart right here. It looks like it wants to break out. Obviously, there's some selling pressure at these low levels. So it's very, very volatile. But Landwolf on Base is currently only listed on Uniswap right now. And it's the 4th member in the Boys Club, inspired by the artwork of Matt Fury. And at least they're honest with the fact that it's not about utility. It's about pure, unadulterated chaos. We're a community of degenerate amphibians, misfits, and those who believe crypto should be a wild ride, not a spreadsheet. So in terms of tokenomics, there's zero taxes, the liquidity's been burnt, and of course the total supply is absolutely massive, which affects the psychology of a very low token price. And the entire supply, 100% of it is in circulation. Now the coolest thing that I like is the fact that the fully diluted market cap is at 6.5 million and the market cap is at 6.1 million. A lot of these projects have, this crazy float where you see a low market cap and then this massive fully diluted market cap because a lot of tokens are locked. And then they get unlocked and they get dumped on the market. And that's what makes meme coins even more attractive, because with all of it in circulation with a very low FDV, that's why we see massive amounts of volume come in within 24 hours. Look at this, $529,000 in volume, 14,000 holders, an insane amount of holders. And I pulled up the TokenFi chart in a previous video, and it's almost following it to the T with this recent pullback to backtest the previous high of the 24th of May, of the 22nd of April, of the 9th of April. With this backtest, we want to see what happened with TokenFi with a breakout to form a new all-time high, and it's attempting that right now. If it can break out, the next stop for this project would be a psychological threshold of like $20 million market cap or $30 million market cap, as it did reach that $10 million mark. So 20 million would arguably be the next stop in terms of market cap. But let's say Brett goes to a 20 billion or 30 or 40 or $50 billion market cap this entire bull run. Well, how much liquidity would that allow to flow into a project like Andy or in a project like Landwolf? I mean, I don't see why, 100 million, 200 million, 500 million, even $1 billion would flow into Andy or Landwolf, given it that real 100x, even 500x, or even 1000x potential later on in the bull run. Because right now everyone's betting on the fastest horse in the race, which would be, Brett, the meme coin on Base. And there's a lot that goes into getting a project to grow beyond a $100 million market cap. It's not just about the memeability or the fact that it's one of the Boys Club members. They need some massive whales. They need some massive exchange listings. They need some other keys to the puzzle. And I don't know if they'll be able to pull it off. I would hope that they would. But if we go over their Twitter, they're posting constantly. They got a very strong community of holders right now. They were trending number 4 on crypto.com when they were closing back in on its all-time high. Their graphics, their designs look good. So their team is on the ball. They're doing the best that they can. And they're getting noticed by other projects as well, too. Base Hub uncovered the hottest pairs on Base in the last 24 hours. They were on one of the top list in terms of volume. And one thing that we'd like to see is holder count going up in a relatively short period of time. So June 5th, they were closing in on 6,000 holders. That was only 5 days ago, guys. Now they have over 14,000 holders. So this is the right pieces of the puzzle for this project to go and absolutely crush it. And the fact that it's still under a $10 million market cap right now, and we go to coinmarketcap.com, we click all on the chart looks like this. All it's doing right now is forming wave number 1 in the Elliott wave, and I don't even think it's reached the peak of wave number 1 yet. So how that flow of liquidity will work, guys, remember, Pepe is at 5 billion, Brett's almost at 2 billion, then Andy, and then Landwolf. Now that brings me to the last altcoin on the list, and that is Bird Dog on Base. Now this project is sitting at only a $3 million market cap on the Base chain. It's only listed on Uniswap right now. Their website is very clean, very simple. And Bird Dog was introduced in the 4th edition of the comic series of the Boys Club, where Bird Dog became the 5th member to join Pepe's gang of roommates. And according to Matt Ferry, he conceived Bird Dog as the means to incorporate a character into the series that mirrored himself. And so while this might not be as popular as, Andy or Landwolf or Brett or even Pepe, it's one of those characters that's a derivative of the project. And it's sitting at a $3 million market cap. So if the Boys Club continues to do well, this project has the lowest market cap of them all. In terms of tokenomics, there's a 1 billion supply, 0% tax, 100% of liquidity pool has been burned. Now the roadblock of this project is that the developer abandoned it, so it is a community takeover, but that's proven that that can be a good thing because sometimes communities in the space absolutely crush it taking over a project. As nobody knows who Satoshi Nakamoto is, Satoshi Nakamoto is pretty much vanished. So look at what Bitcoin's done as a community takeover. And some people might say that that's a bad thing because no utility can really be created, but it's a meme coin, guys. We're not talking about utility here. Look at Dog with Hat and the billions of dollars market cap. It's proven that you don't need utility to see massive growth in the meme coin space. Sure, you need utility long term, but we're talking about this bull run here for this project. And just a few days ago, they announced that their CoinMarketCap listing request has been received. It is now under review by the staff. And so when we type in Bird Dog here on CoinMarketCap, you'll see that the one on Base doesn't pop up, but the one on Ethereum does. And the one on Ethereum is at a $17 million market cap right now. So similar to like Andy on Ethereum that has a 200 plus million. Well, the ones on Ethereum are getting the attention right now, but I believe that shift is going to happen over to the Base chain. As Brett continues to melt faces, people are going to want to make even bigger gains in the crypto space. That's why you're here in the first place, right? So does it make sense to be buying into a project that has, a $200 million market cap or a 40 million? Does it make sense to be buying into something that has a 17 million or a 3 million? Now, I'm not telling you what to buy or sell. I'm just telling you how people are thinking in the crypto space. And I know that you're thinking that way because you want to catch a 50x, 100x, a 500x, or even a 1000x. Now, there's no guarantee that any of these projects are going to do that, but I want to make this video for you to share with you 10 projects that I believe could do very, very well this bull run. Because we know the spending power of the dollar is going to continue to go down in value. That's a fact based on inflation. Blockchain technology, distributed ledger technology is going up in value. That's the truth. And together, we're all going camping on the beaches of the moon. So if you're ready to become the first millionaire in your family tree with crypto, and you want to get early access to our underground guidebook to become a crypto millionaire when it's released, then all you need to do right now is go to bullrunners.com and you're going to get exclusive early access to alerts on explosive altcoins with timely notifications about high potential projects before they hit the mainstream market. You're also going to get access to daily market analysis videos where you can watch daily videos like this to stay up to date on the latest trends and updates in the cryptocurrency market. And you're also going to receive pro trading strategies and tools for you to access proven trading tips and institutional grade indicators to refine your trading strategy. So don't miss out on the launch of our new underground guidebook called Altcoin Secrets that's going to help you discover the next 100x altcoin. All you need to do to get early access is go to bullrunners.com, click the button on the page, put in your best email address, and you'll be instantly subscribed for the early bird list when it's released. We know you're going to love it.